Tonight on Around the Cooler, Alex Golesh set the standards really high. Can he live up to them? And is the SEC in an identity crisis? Let's go around the cooler.
Keep it real from the plains to the grove. Everybody knows it's around the cooler. We talk that score. Talk that score. Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. Every headline, every story. Around the cooler where the fans all meet. We talk that score. This is Around the Cooler. Only on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network.
Yo, what's up, ladies and gentlemen, man? We are Around the Cooler. Tonight is Wednesday, July 22nd, ladies and gentlemen, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. My name is Nick Frazier. I have Water Cooler Talk Sports, man. My guy rocking with me tonight, man, it is the one and only Tez from SECs. What's up, Tez? How you feeling, my guy?
Man, feeling pretty good, man. How about you?
Man, I'm doing well. I'm doing well, man. Also rocking with us as well, it is the man himself, Mr. Let's Go, Let's Get It, Marcus Fitzpatrick. What's up, my guy?
What's up, fellas?
What's happening, Marcus?
Not much, man. Also rocking with us, it is the man, the legend himself, Bubba from Bubba and the Old Man Auburn Sports Talk. What's up, Bubba? How you feeling, man?
Feeling great. How are y'all?
Feeling good, man. Feeling good. And your favorite insider, our favorite insider, everyone's favorite insider. It is Ant, the insider. Ant was rocking, man.
Thank God I'm here.
That's what I'm saying. Thank God you're here too, Ant. We appreciate
There's a lot of sunlight today.
Yeah.
We appreciate that, man. Fellas, y'all ready to get into some SEC media days and some Auburn football and Alabama football talk? Y'all ready to get into it?
Let's go for it.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Let's make this thing happen. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what time it is. It's time to go around the water cooler. Let's go. All right, man. As you media days, as you know, it
Coming into your first season, what would you say is the Alex Golesh definition of success this year? Is it a certain win number? Is it beating your rivals in Alabama and Georgia? Is it making the college football playoff? What is your set goal or definition of success going into 2026?
Yeah, women. So I don't set goals. I've always thought that's like a little bit like New Year's resolutions. They usually work for a little bit, and then you kind of keep it moving. I set standards. We set standards as a program.
Alex Golesh at the microphone, he said that we don't set goals, is what he said. We set standards, is what he said. Ladies and gentlemen, that was probably the bar so far this week. Besides, I gotta give Will Stein his credit, because Will Stein said some great things. He said because of him, but say he doesn't set goals, he set standards, man. I don't know, man. Tell me what you think about that, Tez. What you think about that?
I loved it, man. I loved every second of it. That's who he was when he got here. That's who he continues to be. That is a proven method to a good football team. You know, you worry about doing the little things right, and it all culminates on the field to solid play, execution. Just from hearing them talk, I expect a disciplined football team. How does that translate to wins and losses? I don't know yet, but man, everything he said is who he's always been, is who we were told he was, who he was at his previous stop. I like it. I like it a lot.
I don't set goals. I set standards. Bubba, we talked about this all last week and leading up to Alex Golesh going here. Who should win media days, and what do we want to hear from Coach Alex Golesh coming out of media days? I mean, what's your perspective on what you heard from Coach Alex Golesh right there?
Yeah, I think it's just like the common sense thing to say, because goals are absolutely pointless. Goals are completed through maintaining a standard. right? Like Nick Saban, one of his big time things is like the scoreboard means nothing, right?
Okay.
You have to play 60 minutes without knowledge of the scoreboard. The scoreboard doesn't exist because you have to attack every play the exact same way, right? And process over results is always the best way to go in football because you can score, like legitimately score a touchdown with bad process, but you cannot consistently move the football with bad process. So I think it's just like the common sense thing to say because you can never put a number on something like that.
Man, I look at it and I say, man, shout out to Calvin Peterson in the chat, man. Member for 6 months. Playoffs this year, man. Get ready, Auburn families, is what he says. Okay, man. All right. Okay, Calvin. Shout out to Calvin Peterson, man. And I know you've been on the Golesh train for a minute. When you hear what Coach Golesh said right here, like I asked the same question I asked the Bubba, man. We were trying to figure out, we wanted to see exactly what it is that Coach Golesh needed to say and what he had to say in order to win the media over. I think he got his moment. What you think?
Second best line I've heard all SEC media.
Okay. Second best line. Okay.
I ain't gonna lie, Will Stein took it. But when he set a bar, when he said on set goal, I said standards. That's what you should look for, Auburn fans. A standard, not a goal.
A standard, not a goal, is what we should be looking for, Auburn fans, according to Andy Inside. Marcus, man, your thoughts on this, man? What do you feel? How you feel about this, Marcus?
Like Ted said, man, I'm glad he continues to be who he says he is and who he seems to be when he came through the door. I expected something slick like that in him to say it with his chest, and he did that. So, and like Ant said, we do have to change the way we think. We want to be the standard, and we've been screaming about having a coach that wants to set a culture to be the standard. Alabama been the standard for the last couple of years until they haven't been. So now we got a coach that's preaching that. So sure, now let's buy in.
Is Auburn ready to be? Excuse me. Is Auburn ready to step into that spotlight? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Being able to hold that type of pressure, that's pressure. You know, when you come in and you say things like that, basically you saying that you're ready to have the pressure of being the top guy. If anybody that watch wrestling, right? If you watch wrestling, there's a pressure and a weight that comes with holding the title. You know, because let's just be honest with it. Wrestling, the hits and the bumps that you take are real. Everybody knows that it's a predetermined outcome. But what the top guy does in the company is he's the one that everybody wants to come see because he's the guy that sells the tickets. Roman Reigns. Every time Roman Reigns shows up, guess what happens? The arena sells out. Every time WWE has a hard time selling tickets, what do? Roman Reigns will be there. And guess what happens? Tickets start selling. Do you think Auburn is ready for that type of pressure test?
That's an interesting question because we haven't been there before.
My point.
So I don't think we know. I don't know about the fan base. It would take some getting used to from a fan perspective. But Auburn as a whole, when you talk about infrastructure, like for example, if you've never been to Auburn before, and I brought you to Auburn, showed you around campus, showed you the athletic facility, showed everything, let you meet the people, meet the coaches, and all of that, and then I told you this was the #1 team in college football, you believe me. If you knew nothing about like just infrastructure wise, everything outside of on the field says that Auburn is ready to be one of the top teams in the country. So like I said, the fan base, it may be, you know, the PTSD runs deep. So like even if Auburn is successful, it's still gonna be some of that carries on from season to season. But yeah, infrastructure wise, I think so. As a fan base, I don't know, man. That's gonna take some time for us.
Big Sarge, he said something very important. His comment said, "You're gonna start hearing each player say phrases like process driven, brotherhood, being where my feet are." You know, when you start hearing stuff like that, and the whole team is saying that, that gives me a very, very, very good indication of where this program potentially could be going. Bubba, do you agree with that, or Or are we just potentially setting ourselves up for failure? We just talked about the PTSD that Auburn had. Ted said it, but are we setting ourselves up for failure because we are expecting more? We don't set goals, we set standards.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, words don't really mean much.
Ooh,
but because we really won't know until like week 7 if this is working or not.
Okay.
And we won't know for 3 years whether it can work.
Okay.
So it's really like, yes, you love to hear that coming from inside the program. It seems like everybody's mentally in the right spot.
Okay.
But again, it doesn't mean anything if you don't execute it.
But okay, you say probably 3. You said week 7. I believe you said week 7, and then you said it would take 3 years to see if it actually works. Do you not think that there's a proof of concept from other teams in the conference, the Mississippi States, the Tennessees of the world?
Yeah, I think it can work, and I think we're looking in the right direction, and everything we're hearing is great. But we haven't seen Alex Golesh do it as a head coach, where he built, a program with his culture and his identity. He's building his own thing right now. He's laying his foundation currently. Okay. So we haven't seen him do it. So while everything we're hearing is good and things seem to be going in the right direction, again, we still don't know.
Did Alex Golesh win? Did Alex Golesh win SEC Media Days for you, Marcus?
I would say it's encouraging. It's very encouraging. It's still yet to be seen. But it's very encouraging. I would like to see how the rest of it pan out, but I just say I'm encouraged. I'm very encouraged.
Okay, so I'm question. Do you think so far he has been the bright spot of SEC Media Days?
Definitely.
Okay.
But I think he came in, like Ted said, he came in with that being a goal. I mean, not a goal, but a standard.
Oh yeah, you can't say goals, right? You can't say goals, man. We said standards, right?
That being a standard.
No more goals.
No more goals.
No more goals.
We're not goal oriented. We're not goal oriented. We standard.
Goals are like New Year resolutions,
Yeah, we do it for a couple months, then they go away. Yeah, we set standards, right?
A couple months, man. A couple days.
Man, a couple days. Dang, who said New Year's resolutions and then next thing you know, days later it's over with? Goodness, that's
the old man.
Wow,
it happens.
Wow, wow, man, that's crazy, man. I want to ask y'all this one question before we get out of this one, man, and get on to the what's name, man. Shout out to D-Lev, and D-Lev actually brought up the question that I was about to that I'm about to tie into this. He said, "I love the confidence he has in Byron Brown." How big and how important is Byron Brown to this standard situation of what it is that Auburn needs to be moving forward? Because, and I'm asking that question because you're only gonna have Byron Brown for 1 year, and the proof of concept that he puts on the field and the way that he is around the football team, the standard that he's setting, because I think he's probably with the longest tenure player that's been with Golesh, the longest, something of that nature. Like, yeah. How important is Byron Brown to this whole organization being what it needs to be moving forward?
Yeah, this year probably on a scale of 1 to 10, probably like a 9. Like, he is, like everything you said, he, coming into a situation where a culture is trying to be established. Even outside of the culture, you got a system on offense that's trying to be installed. And just, how to show up every day. And he's also like, it's not like Byron Brown is a unknown project coming into Auburn, right? These players know who Byron Brown is. They know what he's capable of. They respect him for that. So when you have a guy like that coming into your locker room in a situation where everything is new for the like he said, 70 players that stayed, man, and have a guy that, is pretty much like an extension of you on the field, but can relate to the players in a way that you can't, man, it's invaluable. And it will plant seeds in young players, to hopefully continue that culture for years to come.
Real quick, Ant, your thoughts on that, man? How important is Byron Brown to the standard being set for Auburn, for players coming after him and moving forward, and things stuff of that nature?
He's a 30, man. Like Edward said the other day, man, he's the face of Auburn right now.
Mm.
That's your main guy. That's your number one player. You brought Byron Brown in to help show what you had at South Florida wasn't a fluke.
Mm.
So to be honest, he's the main guy for real.
Bubba, your thoughts, man. I'm gonna get your thoughts before we get out of here real quickly.
Well, I mean, he is like the peak of the pyramid, right?
Yeah.
As far as the roster goes.
Yeah.
So he is peak of the pyramid important.
Dang, bro. Peak of the pyramid important. Which one is
I don't know
more
what that
important?
means.
Which one is more important, the peak or the base?
The
I
base.
don't know, man. I don't know structural integrity.
The base, you gotta have a foundation for everything.
I like it.
I guess the point
Yeah.
is there's roughly 120 people that are incredibly important, including staff and the 105-man roster.
But there are always, hey. Michael Jordan said this one time. He said it's not an I in team, but it is a win. Go ahead, Tez, before you got it.
I was just about to say, like, it's much easier to build a pyramid starting at the top and work your way down, because then your lines will be straight. Like, the last thing you want to do is start at the bottom and work your way up and get all the way to the top, and it don't line up. It's just random knowledge.
There you go. There it is. Tez,
How many pyramids have you built?
Hey, that's great. That's great, man. Shout out to Tez.
That's some
bro.
Lego ones.
Oh boy, that's
Not
good
bad.
right there. That's solid. That's solid right there. That's solid. Oh man, that is solid, man. Ladies and gentlemen, man. It is what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Golesh. I said goals. I mean, I don't say goals. I said standards. I got to get used to that. We're not goal oriented no more. We standards around this thing. That's what it is, ladies.
Coming up, will Kalen DeBoer's tenure as Alabama's head coach be defined by a title? Stay tuned.
Everybody wants to look like a star when they step out, including you. Hollywood Media has you covered, from clean portraits, corporate events, and athletic events. Hollywood Media has you covered. These aren't just pictures. This is your moment. Follow now on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media with 2 A's. Follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media. Feel like the star you are.
Hit the link and try it now. Breaking Auburn news, recruiting updates, insider conversations, the stories Auburn fans care about most. When something happens across the Auburn football landscape, Auburn Addicts is there. From recruiting battles and transfer portal movement to game analysis and the latest headlines, Auburn Addicts keeps you connected. Join Auburn fans every Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Auburn Addicts. Auburn football. All the time.
Follow Water Cooler Talk Sports on social media.
Yo, welcome back to Around the Cooler on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. Ladies and gentlemen, as you know, SEC Media Days is going on in Tampa right now. And Kalen DeBoer, Alabama Christmas Tide, was on the podium today, and he was asked a question, and he gave a very interesting answer.
Kalen, do you think your time at Alabama will be defined by whether you win a national championship?
I certainly know that that's an important part of what's happened in the program. So I wouldn't doubt that if that's the case. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on just helping our program be the best and trying to bring out the best and raise the level of everyone around me, from coaching staff to our players, trying to maximize what we're capable every single day.
Yeah, he said I'm not worried about that. He just wants to maximize the players and the staff around him in order to do that, potentially. I don't know how to take. I mean, we just had a conversation about being process driven, but apparently, when you talk about Alabama, you talk about those type of guys there in that program. There's a different level of expectation when it comes to the University of Alabama and football. So I ask y'all the question: This man, will Kalen DeBoer's tenure at the University of Alabama be defined by him potentially not winning a national championship? I'm gonna start with you on this one first, Bobo.
Yeah, probably, because they have that standard there where you have to win championships. But I don't know if it's that way in the athletic department in terms of whether he'll be fired or not.
Okay.
I honestly think he could coach another 10 years there, consistently make the playoffs, and not be fired, even if he doesn't win a championship. So I think it just depends on which way you view it. In terms of how the fan base views him, probably he'll be viewed that way. But in terms of the way that his employers view it, I don't think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, Kid Country has entered the chat. It is the one and only Edward. Edward, what's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Chilling, man. You all right? You feeling good?
Oh yeah.
What's your thoughts on this, man? What's your thoughts on Kalen DeBoer, man? Do you think his destiny, his time at Alabama would be defined by him potentially not winning a national championship?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you look at it, just making the playoffs ain't good enough for them, bro. I mean, it is what it is. The guy before him set such a high standard to where, that's a spoiled fan base. And I agree with Bubba. I don't know about the higher ups, but make no mistake about it, it all starts with the noise in the fan base. I can't say the higher ups really want to fire Freed this year, but when them boos go going across in their stadium, it don't matter how much they like you higher up, it won't be long. So, plain and simple, he got to win a national championship, or very least make it to a national championship appearance. I wouldn't say that was the case for, a lot of programs, but for that program, they ain't satisfied with getting beat 38-3 in the playoffs. You know what I mean? So they expect championships. That's the expectation. That's the standard that the guy before him sought. So I don't know if I know it's unrealistic expectation, and like I said, they're a spoiled fan base. But now they down to reality, with everybody else.
I'm gonna say this. Yeah, it is unrealistic because when you look at what Nick Saban did in that era of college football was just an anomaly. That was something that a lot of people was not gonna be able to do. And now when you add in the NIL era of college football and where it is right now, you expect teams to continue to do that? I don't see it. What's your thoughts on that, Tess?
Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I didn't hate Alabama, I'd feel sorry for Kalen DeBoer.
Wow. Okay.
But I do, so I don't. He's in a position that like not a lot of coaches are in, bro. Like he is trying to establish his own orbit while he's circling Jupiter right now. He's so close to this other gravitational force that was there before him that he'll never be judged truly on his coaching acumens at all. It's national championship or bust for Kalen DeBoer, make no doubt about that. Like the whole brand of Alabama now is championship. Like you talk about schools, and you ask, what is the brand of this school? The brand of Alabama is winning championships. Before they walk out in the field, it says be a champion.
Be a champion, yeah.
A lot of that was established and put into place by the previous regime. In fact, it got to a level that is just it's almost an obnoxious level of winning, right? And then to be the guy to follow that, like, bro, you can't. The only thing that will satisfy this this fan base is championships. And I don't even think it's just the fan base. I think it's the higher ups too. Because like I said, the brand of the school, go to Tuscaloosa. See what it is. It's championships. Like, that's what they selling there. I don't care where you're at on campus. They're selling championships. So, like, man, it is, he's got to win. The only way a coach will come to Alabama and that not be their expectations if they just go on the slide where they just have multiple unsuccessful head coaches. But as long as it's like mediocre like this, 9-3, you get another guy in there going 9-3 and teetering on it, the expectation is gonna be championships, bro. It just is what it is.
But here's my question, Marcus. At what point in time do the fans have to understand that, look, man, this is a different era of college football, bro? Like, that's not going to potentially happen. That's not gonna happen moving forward. It's not. It's just not. Like, I mean, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this in the next segment about the SEC and the potential identity crisis that it's having. But come on, man. Like, that's unrealistic for anybody. Marcus, your thoughts, man?
First of all, whoever that journalist was who asked him that question was a jerk because he already knew the answer to that question. But
right,
bro, you funny. I'm not gonna say the person's name it is, but the person that asked the question, you watch them every single morning. If you're not watching if you don't watch the pregame playlist, which you should be watching the pregame playlist, they come on literally right in the middle of when the pregame playlist starts. On the second hour, when the second hour of the pregame playlist start, that other the company that journalist asked the question worked comes on. I just leave like that.
Okay, but he knew the answer to that question already.
Of course he did.
But to answer your question, that fan base, like it was said, is stubborn. Specifically, Alabama fans. You stay in the state of Alabama, you know that the standard is the standard at Alabama, and the seat is already hot for him right now. That's the reason why when that question got asked, he was like, his eyes got big. Like, come on, bro, you already know. You already know I'm on the hot seat right now. I'm in here sweating bullets.
That man on the hot seat. He on the hot seat. He on the hot seat. We got an extension. Boy,
exactly. So
I wish I was on that type of hot seat.
Man, you already know how I go at Alabama. Once them fans start screaming loud enough, that extension will go away. It's like you said, it's a different age of college football. There's a lot of head coach money to go around, a lot of buyout money to be thrown. So it is what it is, man. I don't think they ever understand that it's gonna be a tough situation to win national championships like they did in the past.
Yeah, I just think this era.
I got some more on that too, Nick. I'm gonna tell you what the bigger problem is with that fan base.
Okay, go ahead.
Auburn fans are Auburn fans. We love Auburn. I'm gonna tell you something about Alabama fans. For the most part, Alabama fans was Nick Saban fans. They was bigger Nick Saban fans than they was really, now they realizing a lot of them ain't big as Alabama fans like us true loyal Auburn fans. Why do you say that, Edward? Because I remember a time when Alabama wasn't hitting on nothing, and I didn't know it to be so many Alabama fans in my area. I didn't see that many people wearing Alabama hats. I didn't see that many people wearing Alabama shirts. I didn't see that many people hollering Roll Tide. But oh boy, once they won that championship in 2009, a lot of people that I thought was, I never knew was Alabama fans. Everybody went to hollering.
It was Miami fans back then.
Yeah, everybody jumped on the bandwagon. And so Nick Saban was really bigger than the program, man. Not in many cases would you say that. But in this case, the brand of Saban was actually bigger than the brand at Alabama. Most folks jumped on the bandwagon because of Saban. So now in the post-Saban era, what you're seeing is now they haven't lived reality. Now you have to be just like us Auburn fans. You have to take your losses to a Vanderbilt, a team that you ain't expecting to lose to. You see what I'm saying? You have to take your losses to a Florida State, a team you ain't expected to lose to.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see how many Alabama fans, because I got a feeling, let's pay attention now. There's going to be a lot of folks that's been hollering Roll Tide for the last 10 years. You're gonna go to see them with other kind of shirts and hats on because they were never loyal to the Alabama program. They were fans of Saban and what he did, man.
Man, shout out to my man Jermaine Mills. He said, "Lies. I have been wearing my ish. Why y'all act like Saban invited Alabama, man? Invited Alabama. Damn, you're a beta male too. Oh my God, Jermaine Mills. We not talking about you, man. We talking about the ones that was bandwagon.
I'm talking about him. I'm talking about him because you got to come. If it offend you, then what? Hit dog holler. I ain't call your name. I don't know you. So hit dog holler. So obviously you must feel some type of way.
Oh,
I'm talking about it.
Oh my God.
Because if it wasn't, he wouldn't even have nothing to say about it.
Kalen
They said you
DeBoer.
had a Florida State bomb in the 5th grade.
Kalen DeBoer, you gotta go win a couple national championships, man. That's what they saying. That's what I'm hearing. You gotta go win some national championships, Kalen DeBoer. Hey, but I don't think it's gonna happen this season. But hey, maybe it'll happen in the next couple of years, in the next couple of seasons. If he gets, I'm gonna ask this question.
It's gonna be tough.
I'm gonna ask real quick, yes or no? If Kalen DeBoer wins a national championship, will Alabama fans see him as will they see it as a legitimate national championship? And yes or no? Man, you can even answer that. Wow, that's hard. Wow. Ooh.
It's kind of hard because you got to think about it. Like, he coming behind one of the greatest at Bama to ever do it. It's like they'll probably be in shock. I say this: if he wins one, they'll be in shock. If he wins two, then they'll say it's legitimate.
Okay, no, okay. Let me give you a better analogy. If he wins the national champion, if he wins the national championship at Alabama, will it be viewed as LeBron's championship with Los Angeles, the bubble championship?
Nah, it wouldn't be viewed like that. Nah.
Okay, all right. I'll just ask the question because a lot of people look at LeBron's bubble championship and be like, "Come on, bro."
But they got a bubble championship already.
Huh?
Alabama got a bubble championship already.
Oh, wow. Tez.
You know what?
Wow.
I wasn't gonna say
I'm just saying.
I wasn't gonna say it.
You know what? You are
no,
correct.
but
They did it when it COVID. You right. They did win that one.
To tell you the truth, though, man, to be honest, the most dangerous thing right now is Kalen DeBoer. He's like one of the most dangerous men in college football because if he does go out there and wins a national championship, it will go forth to establishing Alabama as a brand away from Nick Saban. That fan, if Kalen DeBoer wins a national championship, that fan base is going to go stupid.
Like that's a discussion we cannot get into tonight. We can't get into that tonight. That's a whole different path of getting into it. I'm just being completely honest. But go ahead, finish your thought, Tess.
No, I'm just saying, like, I think it's dangerous because the moment if he were to win a national championship, now you got to look at recruits. Those same recruits that said, maybe on the fence. I was thinking about Alabama, but I really wanted to play for Coach Saban. He goes out there and wins a championship. Them recruits are looking at it like, man, I'm going to Alabama. They win championships, not Nick Saban won championships. So I hope he don't win one, to be honest with you.
Wow. That is big.
Here's the situation Kalen DeBoer is, man.
Yeah, I got to get out of here. You got 30 seconds. I got to get out of this one.
Okay, I'm going to make it quick. Kalen DeBoer is Nick Saban with that girl that I always loved. She did everything right. She cooked the best meal. We made the best love. We had the best time together. But she went her separate way. Now I got this other girl. I kind of like her a little bit. She do some things right. But I'm always comparing, damn, she ain't like old girl. Damn, I sure do miss that. So, no matter what he do, he can never live up to it. So, man, that's it, man.
That's the reason why I said will it be viewed as like the bubble championship, but I don't know, maybe. Oh man, that was a great one. That was a great one. Ladies and gentlemen, the pregame playlist. Join us tomorrow morning. We'll be here live on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. The pregame playlist. Let's go.
The
pregame playlist is your new morning destination. Tune in Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central. Your morning, your sports, your playlist.
In the SEC, every game and every fan matters. Welcome to SEC Season, the ultimate interactive channel. Catch Launch Breaks with Tez, Tuesday to Thursday at 12:30. And SEC Season Live, Tuesday nights at 7:30. More than a channel, it's a community. Connect and debate with the most passionate fans in college sports. Subscribe today and join the Keyboard Collective.
Click the link below to get NordVPN. That's the peace of mind you deserve.
Yes! Let's go! Whew. Yeah. Oh, yes! Let's go!
Yeah, man. Welcome back to Around the Cooler on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network, man. The Marriott on Water Street in Tampa, Florida, where they are having SEC Media Days this week, ladies and gentlemen. And we're getting ready to talk about the SEC right now. The SEC, man. No national championship since the 2022 season, since Georgia went back-to-back. No national championship appearance since Georgia went back-to-back. The top dog in your conference has not won a playoff game since they won the championship in 2022. The only team to have gotten past the quarterfinals in this 12-team playoff was Ole Miss last year, the team that everybody said is the team that Lane Kiffin built, and that Pete Golden kind of held together to get to that point. They were 18 seconds away from potentially playing for a national championship. So I asked the question, man. Well, before I ask that, this week at SEC Media Days, the narrative to me has been more of the SEC is the toughest conference. We play the toughest schedules. We do all of this. We do all of that. I asked the question to everybody on the panel, and I want to start with Bubba with this one. Is the SEC having an identity crisis? Is the SEC trying to prove to the rest of the sports college football world that they're the toughest conference? Or are they trying to prove it to themselves? What's your thoughts on that, Bubba?
I don't know. I'm not a psychologist, but I think that I definitely feel like the SEC is more insecure than anything right now. We're in a situation that we have not been in a long time, where we do look inferior to another Power 4 conference, previously Power 5 conference. My problem is, and we talked about it on the show a couple days ago, is the SEC made their own life harder, and now they're crying about making their life harder. So my overall point is it doesn't matter. I do think that the SEC has the toughest strength of schedule. In my opinion, I just think football-wise, we're the best conference overall. My problem is that they try and use that to excuse our failures. You know what I mean?
The reason why I'm asking this question is, like, a lot of people be like, well, Nick, you for the Big Ten. No, I'm not. I'm for Auburn. And Auburn is part of the SEC. And if Auburn does well and it benefits Auburn, guess what? Let's keep it. Let's go. I want Auburn to win. South Alabama's in the Sun Belt, and they're not playing for a national championship no time soon. But they can play for a Sun Belt title. I'm South Alabama. And if it benefits South Alabama in the Sun Belt, damn it, let's make it happen. But here's the thing. Here's what I don't understand. When you look back at, like, the Wisconsins and the Nebraskas that was in those conferences back then, which is now the Big Ten. I'm using the Big Ten now. I know they were in a different conference, but right now those teams are Big Ten teams right now. They were in Big Ten territory. When they were dominant in their time, you didn't really hear them talking about, oh, we're the most dominant team. We played the toughest schedule. We played this. When Miami had their fall off, you didn't hear Miami saying, oh, we were this dominant. We did this. We did that. When excuse me, when USC had their run in the Pac-10 for a nice decade, and then it kind of fell off at the end, you didn't really hear USC going, yo, we deserve this. We were the best team. We were the best conference. We were this and that. We was this strong. But for some reason, the SEC is doing this. What's your thoughts on that, Ted?
Initially, I think one of the reasons that you see that happening is because when the SEC became dominant, it became profitable, right? To have a better conference. The SEC championship game was the first one. That's why it's still the most profitable game to this day. The tickets are through the roof. I think that the SEC, we have to ask how do we judge conference dominance in a playoff era? Well, the SEC has dominated the playoff field for the past 2 years in terms of the 12-team playoff. And even in the 4-team, usually it was 2 SEC teams there. So is that how we're going to look at conference dominance on that scale, or are we looking at it just from a national championship standpoint when we're saying that, hey, it's much tougher to win a national championship in this current climate, the way things are. And then on top of that, hey, the SEC was also because of how profitable the conference was, they were able to be pretty much doing NIL before NIL happened. Right. And now you see the playing fields evened out now that everybody has access to be able to do the same thing. So is the SEC still the best conference? I would say yes. But that gap is slowly closing. And I think Greg Sankey knows that. He knows that he can feel it, like the walls closing in on him. But I don't know. I got mixed feelings about it, man. But yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I think he may be feeling a bit of that.
Marcus, your thoughts on that, man? It feels as if the SEC, like when SEC Media Day started on Monday, and I was listening to the pre show before before Commissioner Sankey went up on the podium and gave his state of the SEC address, or his opening address, what you want to call it. The narrative was being like formed then, you know. The SEC should have more teams and it should be weighted differently for the SEC because they play a tougher conference. Now, a lot of people point to ESPN FPI metrics and be like, well, all 16 teams in the SEC are in the top 20 of the FPI of college football coming up this season. But if you listen to a lot of people will say, yeah, they got a tough conference. When you start looking at schedules and things stuff like that, people are like, well, that's a weak schedule. So I just asked the question to myself, which one is it? Are we a tough conference or do we have weak schedules? Which one is it? Like, or is there a middle part to it if there's nuance to it? What's your thoughts on this, Marcus?
Me, I have a lot of SEC bias, so I'm gonna tell you, like, I feel like the SEC schedules are very tough. If you play an SEC team, especially non-SEC teams, it's very tough week in, week out. You can tell by the athletes that get put in the league year after year. The SEC push out some of the most NFL talent. So, as you can see, it's tough playing the SEC week after week.
Ed, your thoughts on that, man? You agree? Is the SEC an identity crisis in your opinion?
Yeah, they're in a big identity crisis. Because I feel like you've had Georgia and Bama run the conference for so long that you expect them to at least win a title in the past 2-3 years. That's been expected. And now that the Big Ten has been running the NCAA for the past 3 years, they don't know how to take it.
Well, they CFP.
Yeah, CFP. My bad, CFP. So, yeah, they're in a big identity crisis right now because they're trying to find that team to take Bama and Georgia spot but nobody stepped up yet.
Mm. Yeah, man. I asked the question, man, and I've been having this conversation with myself in my head, and I've been trying to argue both sides of this of like why it matters, like why should the SEC, why strength of schedule should be the way that it is, and then why it shouldn't. And every time I have the conversation with myself, I come back to it and just be like, just win. That's what I just end up coming to. Just end up winning the games that you're supposed to win. Because when that was happening, when you had Alabama, when you had who was the most dominant program during that time period, LSU had a spot in there at one point in time. Auburn won a national championship during that period as well. But I mean, there wasn't this to what it seems like now. There wasn't this outcry of just like, man, we're this tough conference. We have these tough teams and these tough schedules. And I've been making the assumption that I think that I don't know, man. You asked the question, man. When you look at the record, if you go by records, if you look at the record from SEC programs against other out of conference teams, it's not like a big, difference between what people say was the middle of the pack SEC teams and middle of the pack other, teams in other conferences. But there are three programs that have separated themselves from the rest of the pack: Alabama, Georgia, and LSU. And when you look at their record against other non-conference opponents, their records are vastly, there is a very big difference, between the win and the loss record between those conferences. The rest of the teams in the SEC, it's pretty comparable. It's pretty comparable and it's pretty competitive when you look at those records. Kid Country, what's your thoughts on this, man? Is the SEC having an identity crisis, or are you on a different boat?
Yeah. SEC going through the same thing Alabama fan going through.
Oh,
you living in the post-Saban era. See, because we talk about a dominant conference, make no mistake about it, you only had one dominant team for so long. Even though a lot of teams did win a championship, the Auburn team, that was the luckiest championship any team ever won. They played that same schedule over 100 times. They wouldn't win a championship 2013. I mean, yeah, they wouldn't even make it to the championship in 2013. 2010, they probably wouldn't win it if you played it 100 times. Alabama carried the SEC, bro. Don't make no mistake about it. They did. They were guaranteed for a championship at least every 2-3 years. Sometimes go back to back. But they thought Kerber was going to be the torchbearer. Started out good. But Kerber not living up to what a lot of people thought Kerber was.
Does not have that.
Ain't had a playoff win. Ain't had a playoff win in a while.
Does not
I'm
gonna say this. I'm gonna let you finish, because when we say stuff like that, people be like, we hate. That's all I'm just gonna say. But go ahead, just go ahead and finish your thought.
No, I mean, Kirby supposed to have been the heir apparent to Nick to keep the conference rolling in dominant form. But he ain't living up to the billing. So, you had to LSU sneak in and get them one. But the Saban effect is real. They don't have that just one dominant program no more. But that call it like it is. The Big Ten is a damn good conference too. I know all of us down here in the SEC country, they play a damn good brand of football up there too. I can't lie. I would love for them to do like they do in basketball. A Big Ten SEC shootout. Where you pair all the teams up based on their so-called strength from top to bottom. And I would just like to see how that would turn out. Because honestly, I think the Big Ten might have an edge if they did a format like that. Right now,
make sure y'all go and subscribe to Jason over at Hall of Fame Sports, man. He said somebody need to handle their business and win the big one soon. Otherwise, Sankey just up there thumping his chest about what we used to be. That is very true. Very true.
You know what though, man? Like I feel like we do have to like pay attention to the time that we in too, like in what's going on right now. You got these conferences battling for playoff spots. Like that has never happened before. They're negotiating at-large bids and millions and millions of dollars worth of games are on the line. TV contracts, like all of these things are happening at the same time. So you have two of the best conferences. It's not two of the best. The two best conferences in the Big Ten and the SEC, jockeying for position and all of those things. I expect the commissioner to try to big his conference up and say that, hey, use whatever leverage that we have. Hey, we play tougher schedules. It reminds me of like the 92. It reminds me of 92 in 92 when they first started with the SEC championship. And everybody thought that was a bad idea. Like there wasn't a soul in America that thought it was a good idea for the SEC to play in the SEC championship because of the same reasons that people don't like the ninth game. Because we're gonna beat each other out of the national championship. That ended up not happening, and then that game ended up becoming a springboard to the national championship after that. So, like, I think a lot of that is what's going on with Sankey now. It's like there's a lot on the line right now. I have to sell this conference in whichever way I can, and the leverage that the SEC has is that it's known as the toughest conference, whether that be on the backs of Alabama or whoever. Like they have that leverage. So I'm not surprised that he's taking that approach.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna definitely keep having this conversation throughout the season, throughout the off season as well. But let us know your thoughts, man. What you think? Let us know. Great, man. Freddie Metro, man. Resident life insurance agent and realtor, man. Hit them up today, man. Contact information at the bottom. Let them know what you need. We can make it happen for you.
Passing around stats, water cooler buzz, where the game's at. Grit on my tongue, sweet tea in my veins.
Life moves fast. Protect the people you love. Secure your future with life insurance. Or build generational wealth through real estate. Freddie Metro is here to help with trusted guidance. Protecting families, building legacies, creating wealth. Call Freddie Metro now.
Game day just got sweeter with Golesh, the delicious, high-protein snack that's plant-based, gluten-free, dairy-free, and low in sugar. Visit deutschfoods.com and use discount code WCTS for 20% off your order. That's deutschfoods.com, code WCTS for 20% off.
Game day starts with great food. At Adeline's by Chef Country, we bring championship flavor to every plate. From slow-smoked ribs to barbecue favorites, feeding the family or the tailgate, make Adeline's your first stop before kickoff. Subscribe to these YouTube channels. You won't regret it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Around the Cooler here on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network, man. Crain Cone from the guys now at On 3 put out their top 10, 26 offense going into the 2026 season. They have Auburn ranked 9th, Alabama 8th, and of course they have Texas and Ole Miss at the top. Fellas, man, real quickly, man, Bubba, do you agree with that list?
I think the list is fine. It does seem jumbled up a little bit. Like the Florida one was a kind of a weird pick because we don't know what their quarterback situation is, and it seems like Alabama and Tennessee were more heavily taxed for not knowing who their quarterback's going to be. And I think Ole Miss at 1 is fine, just because they have a lot of returning production. Texas, I guess they look good on paper. The one weird one that I don't understand why we don't see is Mississippi State. Because I think that's an offense that's going to really put up numbers. I think it's a fine list. I give it like a C+.
Dang, C+. Dang, Jake Crain, if you watching this, Blaine Crain, if you watching this, they said your list is average, my guy. Marcus, what's your thoughts on this, man?
I kind of agree with Bubba. I give it a little higher than a C+. I feel like a B because I understand Ole Miss. I don't understand the Tennessee disrespect. I think Hyper deserves a little more respect.
Say it louder.
I said I think Hyper deserves a little bit more respect.
Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
No, we heard you fine.
My bad.
You messed up the whole. Go ahead.
Hey, my bad. You know, I'll be having audio issues. I ain't know if you joking or telling the truth. But yeah. But to agree with Bubba, I don't understand the Florida love. I don't think Summerall did anything to garnish that love so early. But I guess we'll find out. But that's my stance on it. I give it a B.
Gotta be like a Buster Faulkner thing.
Yeah, it gotta be. I don't understand it. I'm gonna lead it along because we'll be on here for another 30 minutes if that's the case. Kid Country, your thoughts on that, man? How you think? What you think about? Let me ask you. Are you okay with Auburn being on that list at number 8?
I think we were number 9 on there, but
number 9. Yeah, you might be.
Yeah.
You're correct. We're number 9.
I mean, if I'm a number 9 offense with my defense, unlike most teams, shit, I'm an 8-14. So,
okay.
I mean, it's July. Folks ain't got nothing else to do but sit back and think of stuff. So, we don't know who gonna be what. We don't even know if fall camp got to happen. Man, you hate to say this, but injury gonna happen in fall camp.
Yep.
You know, half of these teams don't know who their quarterback is. Half of these teams don't know who their offensive lineman is. So, I mean, he just playing. He just pulling a rabbit out of behind. He don't know who what. You know what I mean? Like I say, hey, Mississippi State might be the number 1 offense, number 2 offense. You know, because I believe they're gonna put up points. I don't know about scoring offense, but at least yard per game type offense. How do you look at offense? What are you judging offenses on? Is it point per game? Is it yards per game? How is he judging it? So
Mississippi State put up north of 32 points a game last year, something like that, averaged.
Yeah, they might probably gonna do it again this year.
Oh, yeah, they definitely. When you got Anthony Hill back, I mean, not Anthony. You lost Brennan Thompson, who was the leading receiver in the conference. Anthony Evans, my God, Anthony Evans. As a matter of fact, he was a transfer from Georgia. Last year was his first year at Mississippi State. I think he was an 800-yard receiver. So he's gonna be the guy. He's gonna be the guy there as well. Yeah, Fluff Bothwell is gonna be back running the football. And I'm telling y'all, man, watch out for Kamario Taylor, bro. But the biggest thing about Mississippi State is they got Zach Arnett back on the defensive side of the football, and all he has to do is coach defense. He doesn't have to be the head coach. That's gonna be a plus for Mississippi State, man. Ant, your thoughts, man?
No, I don't agree with this list.
Okay. How high Auburn should be? How much higher Auburn should be than in your case?
I mean, I'm like Edward. It depends on what you go by, and if you look at past history with Golesh, he's always had a top 5. So at least put us in the top 5, if anything.
Okay.
I don't feel like Texas should be up there. I think Tennessee will be more explosive than Texas.
What? Okay, then. All right. Ted, your thoughts, man?
Yeah, I think Tennessee is the number 2 offense on this list. I think they got a better offense than all the teams that's ahead of them except for Ole Miss.
I'm gonna put the list up so everybody can see it. So there.
Yeah, I just do, man. Like, you think about what they put up last year with a quarterback that everybody had question marks about. Every single person in the world was like, "Oh, it's not me. It's not Nico. What is Joey Aguilar?" That was the question last year. This time of year, what is Joey Aguilar gonna be?
Well, everybody except me.
Yeah, I know. I had questions about Joey Aguilar. Now, and the only questions I had about Joey Aguilar was the fact that from year 1 to year 2 at Appalachian State, his numbers went down. Like he was a 3,800-yard passer his first year at Appalachian State. Second year, he was he barely got 3,000 yards. I think his interceptions went up as well. So that was my only we going with that.
They almost had 3 receivers go for 1,000
yards. Yeah, they did, and they proved me wrong. They proved me wrong.
In terms of offense, we just ranking offense. Then yeah, I think Tennessee should be higher on that list. LSU's placement is weird because that's like they are a pure experiment. That you give that same roster to anybody other than Lane Kiffin, you don't rank them that high at all. Because listen, I remember people were trashing Sam Levitt. I remember this, like telling us why he wasn't that good at Arizona State, why he wasn't that good of a transfer. Like I remember that, and then now all of a sudden, he with Lane and the quarterback situation is better now. Granted, Lane probably get more out of him than he's shown his whole career, but like, I mean, we seen this dude, and he's injured, so like I don't. That's a complete. I think Kentucky should be listed on here somewhere. If we just gonna go experiments off of unknown, then I like my chances with the number 2 transfer portal class in the SEC and a Will Stein who had a solid offense at Oregon. I like my chances them sneaking up into the top 10 offensively. Yeah, it's a lot of it that's just very, very name on the front of the jersey. And not actually think about what happened last year. We're talking about a Tennessee team that was the number 2 offense in the conference last year with a quarterback with question marks.
True.
Returning the same running back. Like I don't know.
Well, as Edward
South
said,
Carolina
man,
should be higher.
no, they shouldn't. As Edward said, I'm just being honest. No, I'm just saying. You just like Lenore Sellers. That's all it is. You just like Lenore Sellers. That's it.
No, I like the pickup of Browse. I really do. I think Browse is gonna have them in the top 10.
Okay, well, let me ask you this question. What did Browse do at TCU that made you go, okay?
Browse had numbers. Browse had
numbers.
And what about me? Did they win games? Nope.
But this is about how good the offense is. How many games
Did the offense ever win games? That's all I'm asking.
Their head coach is the problem.
Thank you, Marcus. Say it again. Say it louder for the people.
This ain't about the most winningest offense.
Man, y'all listen South Carolina.
I think they're gonna put up numbers in South Carolina.
Ain't nobody hating.
That's
ain't
all
nobody
I said,
hating.
man.
Ain't nobody hating.
Man, bro.
Kendall
Browse was 4th in
They
the
are
Big
good.
12
They
in
are
passing.
good. They are good with being honorable mentions right now. That's where they're good at being
What?
honorable mentions, as they are on their list.
No, bro.
Honorable
No,
mention.
bro. I bet you
Will
their
they?
record be better than Mississippi State. Nah. I bet that.
I'm not betting.
You
I
think
would
Georgia
say wrong.
deserves to be that high?
No, I think Georgia got a problem at receiver, man. I think Georgia has a problem with like a dynamic pass catcher.
Was Georgia a top 5 offense in your mind last year?
No.
I think top 5. I don't know. I think Zachariah Branch. I think last year Zachariah Branch put them into like the top 12, top 10 category.
Do you think that running game can make up for it though? Like it always been
Potentially.
doing?
Potentially it can. Depends on what happens with the offensive line this year. It really does. So we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here around the water cooler tonight on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with us, man. And where can they find you at, man?
Man, leaving out of Chirac, man. That's why I said thank God I'm here.
Hey, that sunrun phone going out, my guy. We got to get that fixed. Edward, what can they find? What's going on, Edward? What you guys say to the people, Edward?
Oh man, I'm in a calm mode today. I ain't really got a whole lot for the people, but everybody just be blessed. That's all I can tell you today.
Yeah, it is.
Be blessed. I climaxed on them last week. So I just be blessed today.
We need a Dame Dash pause button on this show, bro. On all our shows, we need it. But
That's the first pause
get
today.
That is, you know what? That is the first pause. That is the first pause.
Well, there was nobody there to pause you this morning. So.
What did I say this morning?
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
Well, dang, Bubba, that's
I'm sure I'd have caught you on something.
That's messed up, man. But we got the people about it.
Bubba and Old Man on YouTube and Twitter.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Tez, we got to say to people before we get about here, my guy.
Nick said that Ant had a son run the phone. In comedy, ladies and gentlemen, we call that a callback. That was pretty good, Nick. I like it.
Oh man.
Yeah, you can find me at It's SEC Season on all platforms. Listen, guys, go on all platforms, like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm almost done with what I'm about to give to you guys, and I want you guys to be a part of it. So go ahead and subscribe to all of the platforms. That way you won't miss the news that's about to happen, man, because I think it's pretty major, man. I think you guys are gonna love it.
There it is, man. I'm telling you, it is major, man. Shout out to Jason, man. He said, enjoying the show, fellas. Looks good. Solid topics, man. Props. Appreciate you, man. Make sure I go there and subscribe to Hall of Fame Sports over there. What I got. Jason, Oklahoma fan, man. You get some great content over there as well, man. Marcus, what you got? Marcus, what you got to say to the people before we get up out of here, man? Bubba is hilarious.
Man, hey, man, y'all be blessed, be safe, and catch us on the pregame playlist in the morning, man.
Yeah, pregame playlist. 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, man. We will be talking, we will be reviewing today, SEC Media Days, day 3, and then looking at what's going to happen today, tomorrow with day 4, tomorrow, Lane Kiffin Day. Steve Sarkisian will be there. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have something to talk about. So, Bubba, you going to be on tomorrow morning? Yes or no?
Sure. Pay-per-view.
There it is. Bubba will be on there tomorrow. Tej, you going to be on tomorrow morning? Yes or no?
I don't know yet.
Doesn't know yet. Marcus, you gonna be on tomorrow morning? Yes or no?
Don't know yet.
Marcus, just say
Ted's busy at 8 a.m.
Marcus, just say no. Just say no, Marcus.
Nah, I'm gonna surprise you one morning.
No, you're not. Stop lying. Stop lying. No, you're not. No, you're not.
Surprise
no,
you, bro.
And you gonna be on there tomorrow morning? Yes or no?
Probably so.
Well, what time does sunrise tomorrow?
The sun. What time does the sun rise tomorrow?
Yeah. You know he's got a.
Oh, you got the sunroof.
that was wow.
You got the sunroof, fool. Hey,
ladies and gentlemen, this is comedic genius. Is happening.
Hey, are you still out here charging these people $138 a month, bro?
Am I who?
You still charging them folks $138 a month?
It's the one up to 150.
Yeah, dog, bro. Hey, that's crazy.
Inflation hit Ant.
Yeah, dog, Ant. Jesus Christ, man. It is what it is.
Inflation, man. Inflation.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here on Around the Cooler on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. This show, Around the Cooler, will be back next Monday because our new days are Monday and Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. And then, of course, as you know, the pregame playlist is every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. So join us tomorrow morning, man. We're going to have a great time, great music, great topics, great discussions, man. We have a great time talking. All right, man, we're about to get up out of this thing, man. As always, man, you all have a good one. Better yet, y'all have a great one. Y'all be blessed. Make sure y'all get the man upstairs above his because he deserves all the praise and all the glory. And as Martin wrote on the wall when he went out of the apartment for the last time on the Martin show, he wrote those 2 words. Those 2 words were just simple. He said, one love. Ladies and gentlemen, you all have a good one. Be blessed. Y'all stay fresh. We'll see you tomorrow morning for the pregame playlist, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Y'all be easy. Peace.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.